Hello to all the students, educators, and citizen scientists in the great country of Ireland. My name is Brian Campbell, a senior earth science specialist and Globe Observer Tree Science lead with GST Incorporated at the NASA Wallops Flight Facility in Wallops Island, Virginia, in the United States. Oh, and I'm wearing my cap that was made in Killarney, Ireland, and which I purchased there during the 2018 Globe Learning Expedition. Look around you. Do you see trees? There are a lot behind me in this wooded area. Trees are shaped by the environment they grow in and events that occur during the tree's life. Like our fingerprints, every tree is unique. Even trees of the same species grow in different ways, at different speeds, and provide habitats to different animals. Measuring living things such as the height of trees or shrubs can add vital and valuable information to land cover data needed for planning or research. For example, tree height is the most widely used indicator of an ecosystem's ability to grow trees. So tracking tree height over time can help us assess the ecological health of a given area. Tree circumference can be used by foresters to calculate the approximate age of a tree. Both tree height and tree circumference can also help to measure biomass, which is the total mass of living material above ground measured across a particular area. Did you know that more recently, the Globe Observer Trees tool now allows the observer, which is you, to include an optional tree genus, species, and/or common name identification? Knowing the genus and species of a tree is important because it helps us understand a tree's specific characteristics, potential ecological roles, and the type of care a tree will need to thrive in different environments. It can also help us identify trees that may be an invasive species in an area, an important environmental detriment that plays a role in everything from the potential to harm the environment, affect the economy, and impact human health. While knowing an ecosystem's biomass is useful for many applications such as farming, logging, and wildlife management, another helpful unit of measure in an ecosystem is how much carbon it stores. Terrestrial or land-based ecosystems contain carbon in the form of plants, animals, soils, and microorganisms, which examples are like bacteria and fungi. Of these, plants and soils are by far the largest reservoirs of stored carbon. Trees have the greatest ability to store large amounts of carbon through continued growth because wood is dense and trees can be large. Now, let's talk about NASA for a bit. One of the focus areas of NASA's Earth Science Research Program is how forests, other plants, and the ocean are absorbing carbon. Forests are one of the major carbon sinks, which are areas that absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, storing it for decades in trunks and roots. Did you know that about NASA? NASA does a lot of earth science. Okay, a little bit more. NASA uses field campaigns and sensors on satellites and the International Space Station to improve our understanding of how much carbon is being stored on land and how this could change as patterns of drought, fire, and forest ecosystems shift in a changing climate. For example, one of the satellites I work on is called the Ice, Cloud, and Land Elevation Satellite 2, also known as ICESat-2, as well as an instrument on the International Space Station called the Global Ecosystem Dynamics Investigation, or GEDI, G-E-D-I, which use lasers to measure the height of objects on Earth's surface below them as they orbit our planet. Measuring this third dimension of forest structure can improve estimates of how much carbon is stored above ground in large forests. But even though we're getting all that data from space, Ground sources of data are also needed to verify the measurements from satellites, and observations from citizen scientists like you can help fill in gaps in that data. You can gather tree heights from many more places than ICESat-2 scientists alone could measure on the ground. Scientists can look for places where clusters of citizen scientist measurements overlap with ICESat-2's measurements or JEDI's measurements and compare the data sets. I am looking forward to seeing the tree height observations you submit from Ireland to the Globe database during the month of March and beyond. I appreciate your vital contribution to helping us understand the importance of trees in the environment. Oh, by the way, happy Irish National Tree Week.